Hey everybody, it's Yuri, coming back at you with another playthrough here. This is Doki Literature Club. Anyone who was alive in 2017 has probably heard of this game to death, myself included. So, I'm not exactly immune to the fact that this game is like a hidden horror game. Like, that kind of got spoiled rotten for me years ago. But, I still wanted to play it anyway because I never actually really finished it for myself. I've only seen other people play it, so I just wanted to go through it on my own. And so that way you guys can watch me play it. She has 2 right feet here. I don't think that's normal. So, anyway, we're gonna get into it. My name is Yuri. Wait, there's a girl named Yuri in this game. I wonder if that'll be confusing. Anyway. Hey. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Yuri. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. What's wrong with that? Sayori's cute. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Women, am I right? We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled, with other students making their daily commute. Yeah, it sure looks real busy. By the way, Yuri, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations, I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Sayori, I wish I had someone who was as concerned about me as you are about this blatant self insert person. My life would be so much better. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything in her head. I can't read. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Bats. Spears. Swords. All kinds of blunt instruments. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Yeah, I never really went to clubs when I was in high school. I just, scooted in the back of the classroom, did my own things, read books all the time. That was what I did. Because I was a loser and I didn't have any friends. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, Why do you have to be so nice, Sayori? You're so nice. You know what? Well, now you can come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Mimi. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Because she cares about you, dude. Like she just wants you to be nice and happy. Why do you gotta be such a prick about it? Just be happy you have someone that cares about you this much. Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Yeah. Don't make promises you can't keep, you dingus. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I'd say that's worth it. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, generally being used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Yuri, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. You know, I kinda consider doing unique voices for all of these girls, but at the same time, I'm a lazy son of a bitch, so yeah. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls with 2 whole exclamation points. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Humph. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Oh, this is gonna be so confusing. Because she's named Yuri and I'm named Yuri. Oh boy. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. Gaze into my eyes. It's great to see you again, Yuri. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smiling at me so genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Yuri. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged before the table, as you can obviously see. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know.
Can I read though?
You know what?
Shit.
Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first and then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. But what are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Oh, she's the tsundere. I see who you are. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. With the names being exactly the same, it just looks like Yuri's talking to herself. I bet everyone else in the class is just like, Yuri, he hasn't even said anything yet. You're just talking to yourself. Yeah. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you, even though you haven't said anything yet. She's just weird like that sometimes. Don't let it bother you. That's not true. I don't talk to myself at all. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, I believe you. Oh, that's me. Oh my god. This is gonna be a nightmare. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Ah ha ha. Well, you know what? Why does everybody keep saying that? To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. but it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls are all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with the level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Yuri, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, Yuri, that's a very nice question. It's okay, Yuri. You can take your time. Meanwhile, everyone's just staring at her. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. You're not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. I can't tell if it's me saying this or if it's Yuri, like, passive-aggressively threatening me. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer so deliberately takes advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, you might as well be having a conversation with the rock. Oh shit, the game knows, guys. Knows my joke. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes start to mute for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind class club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud. And give that back. Fine. Ehehe. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Yuri? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one more problem. What's that? Now that we're back onto the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at. I lose my train of thought. Look what you've done, you monster. All four girls stare at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Yuri. I am defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when I'm being peer pressured like this? That is, if writing poem is the price I need to pay in order to spend time with, or to spend every day with these beautiful girls. My man just has one thing on his mind. And you know what? I respect it. I can see the hustle. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. God, I cannot fucking read to save my life. Jesus Christ. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Yuri, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Yuri, since we're already here, you want to walk home together? I would love to, Sayori. You're such a bundle of joy to be around. That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, me, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every... Oh, I accidentally skipped over that. My bad. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. I want to get closer to Sayori. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Oh. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it a wrap here. I do apologize if there's some slight audio texture or audio issues. I'm not the only one living in this house, so if you hear people chatting in the background, that's just my family. So, you know, I try to record these late at night, but sometimes it doesn't always work because sometimes the freaking kids like to stay up really late. So, you know, it is what it is. Oh, look, they just came by right now. Can't catch a moment of peace. So you know what? I'm gonna save right here actually, so I don't forget. Just put that right there, and yeah, I'm gonna call it a part here. Bye.